a day in your life like any other, yet it's distinct in its revelation. On this day, you come to a realization that alters your entire outlook. It's the day you truly comprehend the significance of time, this continuous, relentless flow in which we all swim. This day stands out because you grasp that time is not just ticking away, but it's being actively spent, consumed by your actions and decisions every moment of every day. Let's talk about time, not merely as the ticking of a clock, but as the very essence of our existence. Every moment we live, every breath we take is a testament to time's passage. We all share this, the affluent and the needy, the young and the aged. Time is the great leveler, impartial and inexorable. And herein lies its greatest value. It is irreplaceable. There's an analogy I like to use about time. Imagine it as a river flowing ceaselessly. You can stand on its banks and observe its flow, but once it passes, it's gone. Each moment of our lives is like that. Unique, irreplaceable, a droplet in the river of time. What makes time so valuable is not its relentless progression, but the unique opportunities it presents us with, opportunities that, once gone, are gone forever. It's a currency that's continuously being spent, whether we're engaged in the hustle of life or simply observing from the sidelines. Our time on this earth is like being given a treasure chest filled with jewels. Each jewel representing a moment. How we use these jewels, these moments, will define the richness of our lives. Do we let them slip through our fingers, unappreciated and unutilized? Or do we craft them into something of beauty and value? The way we talk about time reveals much about our perception of its value. Phrases like, I don't have time for this, or I wish I had more time, are common in our vocabulary. They acknowledge the scarcity of time. Yet the irony is that we all have the same amount of time each day. Yet it's how we choose to use these hours that differentiates a life well lived from one merely existed. As we venture through our discussion today, let us shift our perspective on time. Let's not view it as a resource that's slipping away, but as a series of moments that we have the power to shape and mold. It's about transforming each moment into a stepping stone towards the life we aspire to lead. So, as we continue, let's focus not just on the passage of time, but on the essence of each moment. Let's explore how we can harness these moments, making the most of this relentless yet generous gift that life offers us. Remember, it's not about the number of breaths we take, but the moments that take our breath away that truly count. Let's make each of these moments matter. GPT. In the unfolding narrative of our lives, time is the silent observer, the unsung hero in our personal stories. Let's take a moment to reflect on this. The true value of time lies not in its relentless march forward, but in the unique moments that it offers us, moments that once gone are gone forever. Time, in its essence, is the fabric from which we cut the cloth of our lives. Consider for a moment the nature of time. Unlike money, it's a resource that once spent cannot be earned back. The minutes and hours that slip through our fingers are like sand in an hourglass, each grain a precious moment of our life. And once these grains fall, they are beyond our grasp, lost to the infinity of time, therefore demands a certain reverence, a respect that we often reserve for scarce resources. Yet paradoxically, time is the most generous and the most miserly of gifts. It gives us each the same 24 hours in a day, impartial and unyielding. But how we use these hours, that's where the true value of time comes into focus. The way we spend our time can be likened to a craftsman working on a delicate piece of art. Each stroke of his brush, each chisel on the wood shapes the final outcome. Our daily actions, choices, and decisions are these strokes and chisels, shaping the masterpiece that is our life. Are we crafting a work of art that brings us joy, fulfillment, and pride? Or are we aimlessly smudging the canvas, leaving an indistinct and muddled impression? I don't have time for this, or I wish I had more time. These phrases are testament to the scarcity and value of time. But the irony is that we do have time. We all have the same amount in a day. Yet it's how we choose to allocate it that makes all the difference. It's not about having time. It's about making time for things that truly matter. And what about the moments we waste? The times we spend on trivialities that neither enrich our souls nor advance our purposes. These are the moments that we must learn to identify and transform. It's about converting the idle into the ideal. It's about looking at a seemingly mundane moment and asking, how can this contribute to my growth, my goals, my journey? Now consider the role of time in shaping our destinies. It's often said that time heals all wounds, but time also cultivates wisdom, builds character, and forges resilience. The passage of time can turn a moment of decision into a lifetime of difference. A single moment, carefully utilized, can become the turning point in our lives. Let's not forget, time is also the great revealer. Given enough of it, our true priorities, our values, and our heart's desires come to the surface. It's like a river that slowly but surely carves its way through the toughest of rocks, revealing the path that it's meant to take. Our lives, too, are shaped by the steady flow of time, revealing who we are and what we truly value. So as we move through this dance of time, let us do so with intention and purpose. Let's treat each moment as a precious gift, not to be squandered, but to be used wisely, purposefully, and with gratitude. For in the end, the way we spend our time is, indeed, the way we spend our life. In this journey, time is not just a passive observer. It is an active participant. It's the silent partner in every decision we make, in every dream we chase, and in every goal we set. Understanding and valuing time is the first step in mastering it, in bending this formidable force to our will and our vision. So, as we continue on this journey, let us carry with us a newfound respect and understanding for time. Let it not be an enemy that we fight against, but a companion that we walk with, hand in hand towards the future we wish to create. In the grand scheme of our lives, every moment counts. Let's make sure they count for something meaningful. Navigating through the journey of life, understanding the essence of time management is akin to mastering the art of sailing in the vast ocean of existence. It's about setting your sail in the right direction, harnessing the winds of your daily hours, and steering clear of the pitfalls we just discussed. Let's unfold the principles of effective time management, principles that are not just strategies, but life philosophies. The first principle is prioritization. It's about recognizing that not all tasks are created equal. Life, much like a garden, has both flowers and weeds. Prioritizing is understanding what to water and what to pull out. It's about identifying your big rocks, the tasks that hold immense value, and placing them in your schedule first. Everything else revolves around these big rocks. Then comes the principle of goal setting. Without goals, time management is like a rudderless ship. Goals give us direction, a destination to reach. They are like stars guiding a sailor through the night sea. Steady, clear, achievable, and measurable goals creates a roadmap for how to spend our time, ensuring each day contributes to reaching these milestones. Let's also talk about the difference between being busy and being productive. There's a vast sea between the two. Being busy is like running on a treadmill. It gives the illusion of progress, but gets you nowhere. Being productive, on the other hand, is like running a marathon with a finish line. It's about making sure that your activities are not just filling time, but adding value to your life. Another key principle is the discipline of consistency. It's easy to be a flash in the pan, but it takes discipline to be the steady flame. Consistency in your daily routines, habits, and efforts compounds over time. It's like planting a tree. Day-by-day growth may seem insignificant, but over the years, you'll have a sturdy oak standing tall. Effective time management also involves the art of saying no. It's a simple word, yet so powerful. Saying no to distractions, irrelevant demands, and time wasters creates the space to say yeses to what truly matters. It's about making choices that align with your priorities and goals. Remember, every yes is and if shapes the sculpture of your life. In the realm of time management, self-awareness plays a pivotal role. It's about understanding your peak productivity periods, your strengths, and your limitations. Some of us are morning larks, others night owl. Aligning your tasks with your natural rhythms amplifies your efficiency. It's about rowing your boat with the current, not against it. Let's not forget the importance of rest and rejuvenation. It might seem counterintuitive, but sometimes the best way to manage time effectively is to take a step back. Rest is the bow that strings the arrow of productivity. Taking breaks, engaging in leisure activities, and getting adequate rest are not time wasted. They are investments in your greatest asset. Incorporating these principles into our lives transforms the way we view and use time. It's not about rigid schedules or cramming every minute with tasks. It's about creating a harmonious balance, a rhythm that blends productivity with peace, achievement with contentment. It's about ensuring that our time is not just well spent, but wisely spent. As we embrace these principles, let us remember that managing time is not just about efficiency. It's about living a life that resonates with our deepest values and aspirations. Let's weave these principles into the tapestry of our daily lives, making each thread count. In doing so, we don't just manage time. We elevate it, turning it into a canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. In the pursuit of mastering the art of time management, equipping ourselves with the right tools and techniques is like a craftsman carefully selecting the best instruments to bring his vision to life. These tools and techniques are not just methods. They're catalysts for transforming the abstract concept of time into tangible, productive result. One such powerful tool is time blocking. It's a simple yet profound technique where you carve out specific blocks of time for particular tasks or activities. Imagine your day as a series of blocks, each dedicated to a purpose, a block for deep work, a block for creative thinking, a block for rest. This method ensures that important tasks get the dedicated focus they deserve, minimizing distractions and maximizing productivity. Then there's the Eisenhower box, a remarkable technique for prioritizing tasks based on their urgency and importance. It's a matter of distinguishing between what's urgent and what's truly important. Many times we get caught up in the urgency of the moment, losing sight of what we should be focusing on. The Eisenhower box helps us categorize tasks into 4 quadrants, enabling us to focus on what truly moves the needle in our lives. Another valuable technique is delegation. There's profound wisdom in recognizing that you don't have to do everything yourself. Delegation is about identifying tasks that others can do, perhaps even better than you, freeing up your time for things only you can do. It's about trusting others to contribute, creating a symphony where everyone plays their part. Let's also embrace the power of saying, no. It's a tool in itself. Being selective about the commitments we take on ensures that our time is not scattered, but focused on what aligns with our goals and values. Saying not so, something good allows us to say yes is something great. Now consider the role of technology in time management. While it's easy to get lost in the digital world, technology, when used wisely, can be a boon. Apps for task management, calendars for scheduling, alarms for reminders. These can be powerful allies in our quest to use time effectively. But remember, they are but tools. The craftsman's skill in using them is what truly matters. In this age of constant information and distractions, the technique of mindfulness is like a beacon in the fog. Being mindful means being fully present in the task at hand, fully immersing yourself in the moment. It's about doing one thing at a time and doing it well. It's the antithesis of multitasking, which often dilutes our focus and effectiveness. Let's not forget the importance of regular reflection and adjustment. At the end of each day or week, take time to reflect on what worked and what didn't. This practice is like polishing your tools, ensuring they're always ready and effective. It's about continuous improvement, constantly tweaking your methods to align with your evolving life and goals. As we incorporate these tools and techniques into our daily lives, we transform the way we interact with time. We move from being passive participants in the passage of time to active architects of our days. Remember, time is like clay in the hands of a potter. With the right tools, techniques, and skill, it can be shaped into something beautiful, functional, and enduring. Let's use these tools not just to manage time, but to master it, creating a life that's not just busy, but full, not just productive, but meaningful. In our quest to effectively harness the gift of time, there's a shadow. We often need to step out from under the shadow of procrastination. It's a challenge that's as old as time itself. Procrastination, the art of delaying and deferring, is like a fog that descends upon us, obscuring our path and dampening our motivation. But like any fog, it can be lifted, revealing the clear path ahead. Understanding procrastination is the first step to overcoming it. It often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of stepping out of our comfort zone, or even fear of success. It's a protective mechanism, but protection from what? From the risks and rewards of a fully lived life. We must confront these fears, recognize them for the shadows that they are, and step into the light of action. One effective way to cut through the fog of procrastination is by setting clear, achievable goals, breaking them down into smaller, manageable tasks. It's like building a bridge across a chasm. You wouldn't try to leap across in one bound. You build it step by step. Each small task completed is a plank in that bridge, bringing you closer to your ultimate goal. Another key to overcoming procrastination is understanding the power of although. The present moment is the only time we truly have at our disposal. The past is a memory, the future a promise. But now is where action occurs. Embracing the present moment, seizing it with both hands, is a potent antidote to procrastination. It's about saying, I may not be able to complete the entire task now, but I can take this one step right now. But what about maintaining motivation? The inner fire that keeps us moving forward even when the path gets steep. Motivation often starts with a vision, a vivid picture of what we're striving to achieve. It's like setting sail towards a destination. If you lose sight of where you're heading, the journey can become aimless and tiring. Keep your destination in mind and let it pull you forward. Surrounding ourselves with sources of inspiration can also fuel our motivation. It could be a book that sparks new ideas, a conversation that opens new perspectives, or a simple walk in nature that clears the mind. Inspiration is like oxygen to the flame of motivation. Without it, the flame flickers and dies. Consistency is also a crucial factor in maintaining motivation. Consistency in our actions, habits, and thoughts builds momentum. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill. Difficult at first, but once you reach the crest, the momentum helps carry you forward. Regular revisiting and reflecting on your goals, celebrating small victories, and staying committed to your daily routines all contribute to sustaining this momentum. Let's also remember the role of resilience. The journey towards our goals is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks and challenges, but it's our response to these challenges that defines our path. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to learn from setbacks rather than be defeated by them. It's an essential component in maintaining motivation over the long haul. As we journey through the landscape of time management, understanding the power of routine and habit formation becomes as essential as knowing how to navigate by the stars in the open sea. It's about creating a compass for ourselves, one that guides us through the daily ebb and flow of life's demands and distractions. Routines and habits are the anchors that provide stability amidst the chaos of everyday life. They are the quiet rhythms that underlie the surface noise, the steady beats that keep our life's music in harmony. Picture for a moment the grand oak tree that stands tall and firm, not just because of the visible strength of its trunk, but because of the unseen depth and spread of its roots. Similarly, our routines and habits are the roots that ground us, giving us the strength to reach upwards and outwards. Developing these routines and habits starts with understanding their transformative power. A habit, at its core, is a pattern acquired through frequent repetition. It's like a path through a meadow. The more it's walked upon, the more defined and easy to follow it becomes. The key is repetition, a commitment to taking those steps every day until they become as natural as breathing. Consider the power of a morning routine. It sets the tone for the entire day. A morning routine might include meditation, exercise, reading, or planning the day ahead. It's like laying the foundation for a building. The strength and stability of the building depend greatly on the quality of its foundation. Similarly, how we start our day often dictates how the rest of it unfolds. Equally important is an evening routine. It's a time to wind down, reflect, and prepare for the restorative power of sleep. It's like gently closing the book of today while bookmarking where we want to begin tomorrow. An evening routine could involve journaling, relaxation techniques, or simply spending time with loved ones. It's the gentle decrescendo to the symphony of our day. But how do we form these habits? It begins with a conscious choice, an intentional action repeated until it becomes an automatic response. It's about starting small with habits that are manageable and achievable. It's like planting a seed. It doesn't require grand actions, just a small, consistent effort and a bit of patience. And patience is key. The beauty of a habit lies in its gradual formation. You can't rush the growth of a majestic tree, nor can you rush the formation of a deeply ingrained habit. It requires time, persistence, and above all, consistency. Let us also recognize that forming new habits is an act of self-compassion. It's about creating an environment where our best selves can emerge and thrive. It's about setting ourselves up for success day after day. In weaving the tapestry of our lives, let's incorporate the threads of routine and habit. These are the threads that add strength and texture to the overall design. They transform our daily existence from a series of disjointed moments into a cohesive, purposeful narrative. With these habits and routines firmly in place, we move through our days with a sense of direction, confidence, and calm, fully equipped to make the most of the time we're given. In the grand symphony of life, achieving a balance between work, personal growth, and relationships is akin to an orchestra playing in perfect harmony. Each element, like a unique instrument, contributes to the melody of our existence. Too often, we become focused on one aspect, letting the others fall out of tune. But to live a life rich in experience and fulfillment, we must learn to strike a harmonious balance. Consider the sphere of work, an area where many of us spend a significant portion of our time. Work is essential, not just for economic reasons, but for personal fulfillment and contributing to society. However, it's crucial to remember that work is a part of life, not life itself. It's like the sun in our solar system, vital and powerful, yet it's not the entirety of the universe. On the other side, there's personal growth, a journey that's as vast and varied as the stars in the sky. Personal growth involves nurturing our talents, expanding our knowledge, and exploring our passions. It's about investing time in ourselves, ensuring that we grow in wisdom, skill, and character. This growth is not a luxury. It's essential. It's what keeps our inner fire burning brightly, illuminating our path and guiding our journey. Then there are relationships, the gravitational force that holds our personal universe together. Relationships with family, friends, and loved ones provide us with support, joy, and a sense of connection. They're like the planets in our solar system, each unique and valuable, orbiting around the central sun of our lives. Nurturing these relationships is as crucial as any career achievement or personal milestone. Balancing these aspects requires conscious effort and thoughtful allocation of time. It's about setting boundaries and knowing when to say enough in one area so you can attend to another. It's not about dividing your time equally, but about dividing it wisely. Each day, week, and month, assess where your time is needed most and adjust your focus accordingly. Imagine your life as a garden. Your work, personal growth, and relationships are the different plants and flowers within it. Some need more attention than others at different times. A thriving garden requires regular tending, and so does your life. It's about nurturing each aspect, giving it the time and attention it needs to flourish. Remember, achieving balance is not a one-time task, but a continuous process. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and responsive to life's changing rhythm. It's also about forgiveness and understanding. Forgiving ourselves when we falter and understanding that perfection is not the goal. Balance is. This journey of understanding and mastering time is not just about managing our days. It's about embracing the full spectrum of experiences that life has to offer. It's about seeing time not as an adversary, but as an ally in our quest to live a life rich in meaning and purpose. Think of life as a grand book with each day a new page. We hold a pen, and with it, we have the power to write a story that resonates with our deepest aspirations and values. Each chapter we've discussed, from overcoming procrastination to balancing work, personal growth, and relationships, is a guide to help you write your story with intention and clarity. Remember, the essence of time management is not in the ticking of the clock, but in the moments that make the clock worth watching. It's in the laughter shared with a loved one, the satisfaction of a job well done, the quiet contentment of personal reflection and growth. These moments, strung together, form the tapestry of a life well lived. As we part ways, take with you not just the strategies and principles discussed, but the spirit of embracing each day as a gift. Let's not count the days, but make the days count. Let's create a life that, when we look back, we can say with pride and satisfaction, I lived fully, I loved deeply, and I made a difference. Life, in all its complexity and beauty, is waiting for us to step forward and claim our place in its unfolding story. Let's approach each day with a sense of wonder, a thirst for learning, and a heart open to the possibilities that lie ahead.